Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafting Adventures with Amy. So today I'm doing a video on a yarn adventure trip that me and my sister Sally took. We wanted to go to some different local yarn shops, and then we also went to a diamond painting store, and also a store that a lot of you probably order from. So in the video, I'll be putting in some pictures that I took from the store. And if I forgot to take any, there are a couple stores I forgot to take pictures inside of it. I might go to their web page and take a few pictures that people have posted there. So I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I'll think about that one. So if you don't see any pictures from inside of a store or something, just know that I forgot. Okay, so I live in Minnesota, and we went to Wisconsin, the state next to us. And then the last store is back in Minnesota on our way back. And this trip, we did 4 days and 3 nights. We left on a Tuesday, and we came home on Friday. So on Tuesday, we left, and our first store we stopped at was Wisconsin Wool Exchange. Now, I think I got a picture at least of like the storefront of every shop. So I'll make sure that I put that in right now. Okay, so I should have gotten the picture put in there. Now I bought something at every store we went to. Just one thing at least. So at this one, it's a local to them, a local dyer. Three Friends Fiber Arts is the name on this yarn. You can see it was I'm sorry if it's backwards. You can see it was $25, and I bought 2 hanks, and they do have an Etsy. I'll just share the back of it too. Whoop, this direction. Cover up my face. That's the back of their card. Now, as you can see, this is superwash merino. It's a DK weight. It's kind of a thick DK weight, I think. Or a really good one, I don't know. But I bought this here, and I don't know, it really doesn't have like a color name for it. So, but I did buy 2 of them, and they go together. They're the same. Looks like they're the same dye lot. But I bought these 2 there. And that was the only thing I bought there. Not that I wouldn't have wanted to buy more, but you know, you save your money for all the different stores you want to go to. So, but yeah, maybe I'll show you. I'll turn it around. I don't know. I like the blues and the greens together. And then it's got some areas where it didn't get dyed as much, you know, so it's a little light green. And if you go into it further, then there's like some almost like a cream or a white that didn't take the dye much at all, which is probably planned that way. Yep, it's more of a white as I'm looking at it here. So I don't want to untwist it or unhank it because I don't know if I can get it put back. But, and you know, every shop that we went to, they did offer to cake them up for us, but I'm not ready to use any of them, so I don't want to get them put in cakes. And I can do that at home here. I have the Swift and the yarn, the cake winder and everything. So, but yeah, this one's same. There's some of the white in there. There's the blues and the greens. But yeah, it's all in there. So that was at the first store, Wisconsin Wool Exchange. Then we went to, I've been there before, to Herrschners. My sister Sally had never been to Herrschners before, and she kind of had a list of different things that she wanted to look for. I wanted to get a couple of the plush yarns. They didn't have some of it in stock. So, I mean, I just kind of went and picked out a few, really, I think just a couple different kinds. Now, yes, they do have Big Twist in the back there. I didn't really buy any. Sorry for the crinkle or the noise here. I'm going to move a chair out and put it on a chair. You get it in a big bag. I didn't really buy any of the big twists. I didn't need any. So, but I did buy, I take that back. Okay, so I kind of forgot that this is Big Twist. As I didn't buy this when it was at Joann's yet. But this is the Big Twist Winter. These were I bought 2 or 3 of these, the holiday ones. And it's 100% anti-peeling acrylic. 601 yards on it. Big Twist Winter. And here's, it shows how it's supposed to look if it's knitted. Which maybe I'll knit something with it. I can do knitting as well. But yeah, there's one of them. Two of them. And I don't know if there's another one in here. But then I bought some of the Premier Parfait Chunky. And that's what I kind of wanted to get, was more colors of that. But there were a few that were on back order. But this one is called Mushroom. I like to use it in like amigurumis if I need like a face color or something. I like to use Mushroom. And then I bought some white, just white, Premier Parfait Chunky, and it's just white. And then that might be the only, well then I did buy just one of this one. And this is emerald, the emerald green. It was a different green, 2 other greens I wanted, and I think a lot of people just wanted them because they were sold out. Then I was walking around and I've always wanted to check out their worsted heather yarn. And it's really soft. I really like the look of it. I haven't used it yet. But here's their Herrschners worsted heather. And it's a 4-weight. It's 100% acrylic. And I gotta get the lighting the right way. Looks like 489 yards. And this is, I'm sure there's probably, there's color name. This is Mystic. And this is the same thing, just the color is navel. Same type of yarn. And I think I just bought yet one more color. And this is a green. It is fossil green. But I thought them 3 together on something. I don't even know what, or even if I have enough to do a whole lot of whatever. But I'm not good at holding color. There we go. I thought those 3 together would look pretty cool. So I'm gonna put them back in the bag here because I do have a lot of different bags sitting here from different places. I'm gonna try to put them back in the bag. I'm trying not to make this video real long, but you just never know. Now after Herrschners, we did go to a hotel for the night. It was, sorry, my nose itches. It was a 4-hour, a little bit over 4-hour drive to get to Herrschners, and they're in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. And Herrschners and the Wisconsin Wool Exchange were both in that town or that area. We kind of scoped it out ahead of time and made a plan of what we were going to go to when. I'm looking at my phone here because I do have pictures and stuff in my phone for each place. Okay, then the second day we got up. Of course we got up. Then we went to a place called Niche, Niche, K-N-I-T-C-H, Niche. I will put a picture in of the storefront and a few more. I think I took a few pictures from there. So I'm gonna pause a second here and I will put those pictures in right here. Okay, now a little bit of a story. So I downsized my purse from a bigger purse to a smaller one for the trip. And, well, I didn't realize the purse I went changed to was kind of like a fakish leather type purse. It was literally peeling apart, breaking apart, peeling apart. Everywhere I went where I set it down at, I'd leave little crumbly remnants of it. So I told Sally, I'm like, I really need to find, you know, like a project bag or something that I can buy and use as a purse at first. So at the Niche yarn store, I found this cute bag. I thought it was really cool colors. Not exactly as a purse, but it did work out really good as a purse. But it'll work. It's just a really fun looking project bag too. And then I'm not going to tell you the prices of everything. Oh, and it does. Sally bought a bag too, and hers didn't have a cute little stitch marker on. Mine has a cute little sandal stitch marker hanging off of it. If I can get it there, turn around the right way. So yeah, I know my lighting's not the best up here. I haven't brought everything downstairs yet, and I'm not going to get to that today. And tomorrow I'm open again for daycare. So, and then I got this little, like a notions pouch to go inside the bag. It kind of matches, but doesn't. But I don't know. That didn't matter to me. But yeah, it's got a zipper on top, and it's very spacious, really. It's a nice size little notions pouch. So that will go in here or with it. And this bag has lots of pockets on the inside. They go all around. There's pockets all around it. I think there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 pockets in here. So that's a really neat, and it's a drawstring bag. I don't use drawstring bags very often, but it is a cool drawstring bag, and then the handles on it. So I like it that it's got handles. So I did get that as my purse. And then I also bought these 2 yarns there. And these are a Rios yarn, Malabrigo. Oh, and you can buy this many different places. And it's a no dye lot, and it is, I know I'm not ever prepared. I don't know if it had a name, but it's approximately 210 yards in each one. I bought 2 of them, and it's 100% superwash merino yarn. But it's just multicolored. There's 2 of them. They go together. They match. Just multicolored, different colors in it. So yeah, I don't know. I just kind of was drawn to it. What I'll do with it, I really don't know. But you know, a lot of times you go to these shops not with a lot of projects in mind. You just go to have fun and buy some different things. And yeah, and that's what I bought at that one. I'm just looking at my notes everywhere here. So this is on day 2. Then we went to one called Fox River Fibers. Fox River Fibers. And at that store, I bought, this is not yarn, but I bought a new coffee mug. And it's a Lenny Mud Homemade Ceramics and Gifts is the name of the company or whatever. Came in I've already used it at home here, so it was out of the box. But on one side, it's got a heart and some knitting needles. On the other side said, it's not hoarding if it's yarn. And then it's pink on the inside, and it's a nice mug. I can fit 4 fingers in there. Well, 3 works better because I like having one underneath and one on top. So, and then on the bottom, it does have, it is signed or printed, whatever, Lenny Mug USA. So it's made in the USA. So I really liked that mug when I saw it. And then I also picked up these 2 skeins of yarn, hanks of yarn, and it's Hartford, hand dyed in Hartford, Wisconsin, is what it says on here. Hand dyed in Hartford, Wisconsin. They do have, I think there is information on the bottom here, if anybody wants any of that information, if I would hold it still. It is 100 grams, 437 yards, 70% superwash merino, 30% recycled nylon. Hand wash in cold water, lay flat to dry. So, I like the fallish type colors on these. So yeah. Oh, and these were $30 a piece. They were kind of expensive, but you know, you're on a yarn adventure. You gotta have a little bit of fun. And then they did give you a pen from, it says on here, Fox River Fibers. If I got that on there so you can see it, yep. And it's Yarn Fiber Community, it does say on there too. Yarn Fiber Community. So, come back in that bag. And then we went to Fiber Wood Studio. And at that one, I picked up 4 of these. It's Barocco Sesame. And it's the blue and the greens together. I like those colors together. This is 43% wool, 39% acrylic, 9% cotton, and 9% nylon. And it is 230 yards. It was $19 a piece. Whether that's a good deal or not, I really don't know. It really didn't matter. We were just having fun. And it has a dye lot, color numbers there. But I did buy 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and, oh, I bought 5 of them. 3, 4, 5, and here is number 5. So I did buy 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 is back there. So I did buy 5 of them. And it was kind of cool on their bag. They just dangle off a few pieces of just different types of yarn. And their receipt didn't have their name on it, so I was trying to figure out which store this was from. And when I saw that yarn, I remembered that because Sally had asked, what is that yarn for? Or is it, she asked about the yarn hanging off there, or she said that she liked it or something. They said, yeah, it's just some of the extra scraps or whatever of yarn that they have. Maybe they use there. And then they just tie it on the handles of the bag. So it was kind of cool to see that on there. And that helped me remember what store it came from. Then the last store we went to that day was called Cream City Yarn. And I didn't really find any, well, there were yarns I could have bought there, but I was more drawn to, they had different baskets there. And they had baskets at other ones too, but this one they had smaller. I didn't want a huge basket, but they had smaller baskets. And these are African market baskets. Weaving hope, healthcare, and education. It says, fair trade baskets for any use in any decor. Your basket purchase helps provide healthcare and school supplies in support of the weavers, their families, and They're villagers. So yeah, that's that. And it does show here on the back that if your basket is kind of misshaped and stuff, it shows how you can, you know, push it around or whatever to put it back. And I did pay $30 for it, $29.95, but it's a really cool basket. I don't know, I really was drawn to it. I like the handle. Look how that cool handle on there. So, and then I also picked up there, which isn't yarn related, but they did have some candles there. So I did pick up a candle. It does have their logo and stuff on the front. It's a Milwaukee Candle Company Essential Collection. So I thought it smelled really good. Hand poured in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So that's what we got. I picked up at Cream City Yarn. And I forgot, I will put in a picture of each of the storefronts again. Some of them I maybe didn't pause for it, but I'll get that put on there. So I'm looking on my phone to... Okay. So that was it for the one day. Well, day number 2. Then day number 3 was a little bit of driving day. We didn't drive too far to get to... We went to the diamond painting store. And it sells all diamond painting, all different types of things. I think there was a little bit of painting, like a paint with paint, little paint area. But it was mainly diamond painting. And it's kits that they put together, they design. I watched a little, they had a news company out of Wisconsin, news channel did a thing on a news story on them. And they do their own, the lady that owns it does the pictures herself. They put the kits together and everything right there. So, I was trying to find, you know, you can never find the openings in these plastic bags. I'm not going to open all of them, but I thought maybe I'd open one. But I did buy, they had a special, sorry for the crinkle again. They had a bargain buy section. And so the ones I bought were from that section, just because that's where I found cute ones. And they were either $9 a piece, or you could get 3 of them for $24. And this one, the painting size on this one is 11.8 inches by 11.8 is the actual painting size. The canvas size is a little bit bigger. But I thought that was just cute. Maybe by the time I look like that, I might have that done. But I just thought that grandma and grandpa picture was kind of cute. So I think it's cute. And then it's got all the diamonds here, the little diamond things you do. It's circle ones. I like circle pictures the best. I don't like the square canvas ones. For me, circle is the way to go. So I bought that one. I bought 3 for $24. And the second one is a flower in a vase one. You can see on there, it's a bargain buy painting. And they were $9 a piece or 3 for $24. Let's kind of show you the bottom of it, the painting. And then the third one is an American themed gnome one. And I'll do this one and put it in the basement. I have some red, white, and blue stuff down there. And this just shows you, I'm not going to take it out, but ooh, that was kind of close. America. It says God bless America on it. So yeah, so I bought those 3 there. So that wasn't yarn, but that was part of the adventure part. And then after the diamond painting store, we stopped at one other place, because this was It was a long drive. I think it was, again, that day was 4-ish hour drive. And we went to a place called Just Yarning. Now they were open, we went there on Thursday, and they were open till like 7 or 9 at night, because they have on that day, Thursday, they have some people come in and do knitting or crocheting or whatever with them. So that was really fun to hear. But there I bought these two. I tried to at least buy 2 of a color, not just one. And this is this has got stuff on it I cannot pronounce. Utopia, Ewetopia. I don't know if that's the name of the company that it's from, that dyed it. Yeah, and they're out of Wisconsin. Utopia, out of whatever, Wisconsin. Here's the, see if I'm getting it in there, get the information in there. I hope it is. It's processed as at Utopia Fiber Mill. So, and this one is called Ocean Deep. And then the same dye lot and everything. So I bought those 2 there. And then they also gave first-time customers a tape measure. And on it, it has their logo, Just Yarning, where knitters connect. Crocheters too, but. And when I put in their logo or their signage outside, it does have like a ball of yarn, and it's got like 2 knitting needles through it. So, but they said that because they told us to go ahead and bring our projects in and work there, but we still wanted to, we had to get to a hotel yet that night. So the last day we went to, these are on the floor here. We went to 2 stores on the last day. One was real close to the Just Yarning one. And it was called My Yarn Shop. And there I bought, it was really cool, that shop. It was at like somebody's house. It was way off, you know, on a lot of back roads. And there were 2 ladies there, and they sell like pumpkins and gourds and tomatoes and apples and eggs, fresh eggs that they have chickens there. When we got there, they were working on putting eggs in cartons and getting them put away. People were coming to buy apples and tomatoes and whatever they had there. They had a lot of stuff there. We were just interested in, of course, looking at some yarn. So trying to get everything out of the bag. So yeah, so I did buy some. It's Cascade yarn, so it's not like local to their area. The one lady there does do some spinning of yarn and stuff. And she had some really nice yarns there, but no 2 were the same. And I didn't know what I would really do with one. And they were really, really bulky yarns. So we looked at them. We watched her hank up one. And it was really cool, but I don't know. Again, I really don't know what I would have done with it. So, but I did buy some Cascade Superwash Wave 100% Superwash wool. They were only $13 a piece. And there's 220 yards. That's why on here it's called 220 Superwash, because there's 220 yards on it. And yeah, it's machine wash, tumble dry, Cascade Yarns out of Seattle, Washington. But they're all the same dye lot. So I bought 5 of them. They were 13 a piece. And I bought 5. Again, what I'll do, I don't know. But yeah, I bought 5 of them. And then I bought some, they had some stitch markers there. Now they're not that they made them, they're just fun stitch, they're just stitch markers. And they have mittens on them. A mitten on that one. I can never get anything to go the right direction. There's a mitten. It's mittens and hats. Like here's a hat that kind of matches that mitten. Hat. And another mitten. Get it closer. Mitten. And a hat. And then another mitten. There's, I think, 5. Yeah, 5 of them in the package. So yeah, so I bought them. I like their logo on the bag here, my yarn shop. And it does match the logo on the side of their building, and that will be in the picture that I put in. And then the last place we went to on that last day, this was on our way home, we went to Warm and Woolly. Yarn shop, and that's right in Minnesota. It's only maybe 45 minutes away from my house here. Me and Sally have went there before, but they moved. They're in like an outlet mall, and they moved from one shop storefront to another one, and this one is like twice the size of the one they had before. It was huge, really. And then in the back corner, on the one side is mainly the yarn they had for sale. And then on the other side, they had seating, like couches and tables and chairs and just comfy chairs and stuff. And then in the back corner were the restrooms, and then they had a little coffee corner back there, a coffee corner, a small coffee shop. So that was really cool. You could get a coffee and sit down and work on stuff. You could order, DoorDash and have something delivered. Someone was having pizza there, and they were crocheting or knitting or whatever. So that was really cool to see. I did buy myself a fun coffee there. I hadn't had any coffee hardly at all the whole week, because if I'm traveling, coffee just makes me need to use the restroom more often. So I didn't drink it very much. But I did buy a fun coffee there, and I'll put a picture of that in here when I put some pictures of the shop in here. And like I said, that shop was really big. It was really fun to go through it. Sally bought some too, and she picked this pair out for me. But did get a pair of scissors. It's got a yarn ball in the middle of it. Yarn ball embroidery scissors. Well, they'll cut. I might put them in my tatting stuff. I don't know. Or yarn, whichever. And then I did buy, and I've bought yarn there before when they had their other shop, but this is Malabrigo Rios, and it's chameleon. It is approximately 210 yards of 100% superwash merino. But yeah, it's the Rios yarn. Put that up there. But they're both the same thing. So yeah, so this video is going to be a little bit longer. I see it's like 34 minutes right now. And then I'm going to add a bunch of pictures in there. So it's going to be longer, but it was 4 days of a yarn adventure trip. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, all of it. And, God, I think that's it. Now I can get to all this stuff downstairs in my fun yarn room. So I'm going to say what I always say at the end of my videos. Enjoy your craft, whatever craft it is. See you next time. Bye, everyone.